Hello, how's everybody doing? I've got a major ass headache today, but I'm being called to do a message, so somebody must be wanting to know something. A side piece. Are we dealing with a third party, guys? What the? A mistress. Flirting with other people. This is the other woman. A secret hookup. Y'all, third party, like, are you in denial about it? Somebody's in denial about this third party. It says contradicting here and refusing, dismissive, not facing reality. So, like, you're either not facing the reality that there is somebody else in the mix here, or you're dealing with somebody that keeps refusing to admit that there's another person. Like, you know, there's this other person there, but they're not wanting to admit this. That could be either way. Finality. Difference is a breakup, and you're not looking back, is what it says. So, I feel like once you find this out for sure that they're lying about it or denying it, or maybe you are denying it to yourself, but once you face the fears and all that of everything, this is going to be over. Because there's a breakup here. It's even a divorce card. Y'all, I hate that. I'm sorry. I know that these situations can be very heavy and painful. I mean, I've been through it, you know. I know y'all don't want to hear my story, but I'll tell you really fast. I dated one guy when I was like, I'm 45, almost 46. And I dated him when I was like 22, 23. We dated for 6 years. He just kept cheating. I kept staying. But I love until there's not no love there. So then when I finally walked away after 6 years, I moved on. I went dated other people. Fast forward 14 years later, I run into him again. And I really do think that, like, he's changed, you know. Sorry, my phone rang. But anyway, I really do think that he's changed. You know, we're grown up and we're adults and all these things. So we date for like 2 years and everything's going really good. Well, the day before Valentine's Day, I seen another girl and her profile. They were together. And so, of course, that blew up. And, man, I was devastated. I really did think deep down that that guy was my soulmate twin flame. We never fought. He was like the other part of me, you know, like for real. We had everything in common. But the more I look back on it now, I just think he's a chameleon. He likes to blend in with whoever he's around. So, because she's totally different than me, and I think he's totally different with her. So, anyway, you know, it hurts. Being a third party hurts. But we deserve better. You deserve better, you know, and there's better out there. We just have to be patient, you know, sometimes quit chasing it and looking for it, and it just show up out of nowhere, you know, or at least that's what they say. It hasn't necessarily happened for me yet, but I have hope that it will. Holy crap, y'all. The twin flame card. Reflection of your soul. Mirrored emotions. So you might be dealing with somebody that you feel the same way about. Like, this person literally, you feel like this is your twin flame, guys. You know? And God, it hurts even more when it's like that. God, I'm so sorry. Because, like, even in my case, like, I don't think, I still kind of don't think I'm not ever going to find somebody that I relate to so much, that, like, I have so much fun with, that just gets me all the way around. You know what I mean? Like, When I want to eat, they want to eat. When they want to eat what I want to eat. They want to go where I want to go. They like to listen to what I want to listen to. I mean, like everything, it's a spitting image of me, you know? And you probably feel the same exact way. And I hate saying this, guys. I really do, because twin flames and soulmate, whatever, is really thrown out there a lot. But I deep down believe, and this is just my own belief, you know, and you take what resonates and whatever, but just because they are your twin flame doesn't mean that that's your person forever. You know, like, if your twin flame is a douchebag, then thank you, universe. Thank you. And because we might have signed up for that and didn't even know it, you know. You know, I think we sign up for these lessons before we even go in them, and then we don't remember it. And, you know, just like I heard another reader say one time, you know, if we knew our karmic situations, like, we wouldn't go in them. If we know that they're going to hurt us, we wouldn't date them. But in reality, anytime that you care for somebody and you love that person and you open your heart up to them, you give them the right and the willingness to hurt you, you know. And unfortunately, love hurts. You know, it's just deep down, like, what you can live with and what you can't. Some people can live with being the third party and being cheated on multiple times, and they just stay in it. They stay in it. They live in it. They don't think they can get better. You know, just like that situation, that girl stayed in it. That girl is still with him, knowing that he full on had relationship with her and with me at the same time, but she stayed. She's still there. And it's been like 3 years, you know, but I'm not bashing her, you know, because I know how it feels to, like, love somebody and love them very deeply to the point where it's hard to let it go. But I knew deep down, I didn't want to constantly have to worry about you and, like, who you texting, who you hanging out with when you're not with me. Like, I don't want that. I would rather stay over here in peace and quiet and not caring about who's with who and whatever, single, than with you stressing every day. Like, yeah, okay, you're good in the sack every once in a while. And yeah, we do like to go out places and hang out, but I don't like stressing over what you're doing. And if you don't love me 100%, peace out, mother effer. Exactly. I don't have time for you, and you don't have time for, like, no. But I truly believe that person needs to be, what is that? Is that poly, whatever, whatever, where you have multiple people? Because he's always been a cheater. Always. Every person he's ever been with, he's cheated on them. So I believe that he just really needs to, for real. Ooh, okay, guys. I pulled some tarot on this because I don't want to just keep on going over my situation. We're here for y'all, you know. I just like to share my situation too sometimes, you know, because sometimes hearing somebody else's situation can help yours, you know. So, like I said before, you know, talk to me in the comments, you know. Nobody knows you on here. Even if, you know, they see you and your picture and all that and you're freaking, like, they don't know you. You know, I probably live in a totally different country than you do. You know, so it's not hurting putting your stuff out there. Just don't get too personal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But, you know, always tell me in the comments if this resonates and what you're going through, and we can work through it together. I can be your online bestie, you know? But this first one is death. So something's definitely going to end. If it hasn't ended already, it's going to end. You know, and this is a shakeup, y'all. It brings change and transformation in. You know, this is realizing what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a rebirth and a renew. You know what you deserve, and you're stepping away from the toxic. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got the Page of Wands. Oh, wow. So this is an inspiration, you know. It's starting small, you know, but it's limitless potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you have fresh ideas. You've gotten like a wave of, I can handle this. And it might even come when you're feeling at your worst. You know what I'm saying? And deep down it just hurts so bad. And you've probably been crying. You probably haven't been eating very much. But like deep down, you just know there's better out there for me. Like I just have to end this and I gotta walk away. Because I just cannot be in a third party situation. I cannot be with a liar. You know what I mean? Because I feel like cheaters also are liars. They're cheaters and liars, you know, because they're constantly having to cover up what they're doing. And in order to cover it up, they have to lie. And then they have to lie because of that lie. And it just, yeah. But anyway, we have the devil here. So there's obsessions here, you know. This is also facing maybe shadow parts of you that you didn't know were there. Maybe you're facing parts of them that you didn't know were there, you know. It's an attachment. You might be addicted to this person, you know what I'm saying? And it might even be a little toxic, you know. But I feel like this is something that if you're not fully aware of it, you're learning to, you're getting there. Like you're very much becoming aware what you need to do in your next steps, you know, and how much you care about this person. Maybe that you are a little bit of addicted, you know. The first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about this is maybe you are addicted to watching them. You know, maybe you're addicted to watching their socials, or, you know what I mean? Because of the player-like tendencies they have, we become addicted in the behaviors, you know, of like watching them and stalking them and trying to figure it out, you know, replaying conversations and events that happen. You know, you find yourself just kind of stuck replaying and replaying. So that could also be just the obsession parts, you know, the devil parts in it. But there also could be addictions here, you know, like full on, you know, y'all could have addictions together, you know. And that's another thing that y'all are having to, my head, I'm sorry. Sometimes it just pounds. But yeah, you know, addiction with drugs, alcohol, anything could be playing a part here. Even pornography, you know, like I've come across people recently that's got addiction to porn, you know. So even that could be an addiction. But anyway, the very last card here is the Hangman. And, you know, this is just you chilling, you know. I think in the Rider-Waite, he's hanging upside down, if I'm not mistaken, no. So he's just kind of like getting a different perspective, you know, taking a pause. In sometimes, you know, this is surrendering. It's letting go. It's almost at a standstill in your life, you know. You could be just going within and not talking to a lot of people, not wanting to hang out, you know. But what this does is it helps heal. You know, it helps you get a spiritual insight on how you feel, how they feel, the whole situation, where to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know these things, you can always talk to your spirit guides too. You know, like, Spirit, please help me, guide me, show me what I need to do next. You know, I know when I went through my pain with the breakup, and I mean, it was like a 1.5 year pain. It was deep. You know, I remember making many pleas. Like, please help guide me. Please help. Just help me. You know, like, I'm in pain. How do I get this to go away? What's my next step? You know, like, show me what I need to do. And they will show you, you know, in their own little sort of ways of what you need to do and where you need to go. I do believe that, you know. I believe that we have, you know, whether it's angels around us or, you know, God, whoever you believe in, you know, we have people to help guide us. All we have to do is ask for the help. Okay, guys. Let me see. I feel like the Hangman is where you're at right now. So let's see if we can get a card, Spirit, on the future. What is the future of this situation? I see the Knight of Pentacles. So that's like definitely working on your money. Manifesting financial opportunity. Maybe you're trying to be more practical, you know. Maybe you're putting a lot more time into your work, and that help, you know, because it does help get your mind off of pain, you know. Oh, we got one, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, guys, this is some passionate energy. Adventurous, energetic, inspired action. So maybe you're going to get, you know, this rush of energy and passion to start something new. You know, this could be a new job. It could be just a whole new relationship. You know, that, wow, I'm coming right out of this one, but then this one's happening. You know, I've seen them. You get like totally inspired and, you know, into another relationship, and the other one just ended. But hey, when universe hands you a gift, you know, you take it. You take it and you see what happens, you know, because sometimes out of the worst situations, the best blossoms. It really does. So I feel like this is really good, guys. Like, this is showing me that you're coming out of pain and suffering and, you know what I'm saying, defeat, into wonderful energy. Like I said, this is a passionate, new beginning, energetic pursuit, you know, and it's inspired action, being practical. So I feel like you're going to be more practical in choosing your next moves and where you're, you know what I'm saying, more logical maybe than so emotional, you know. And sometimes that's not a bad thing, to be emotionally, or to not let your emotions get the best of you and think more of your head, you know. Ooh, I just seen the Three of Wands. This is progress. This is, you know, expansion. It's optimism. You know, you're looking out over the horizon of where do I go, and you've got the whole world in front of you, you know. And that's the thing when it comes to dating, you know. I've heard it my whole life, but there's a sea out there full of fish, you know. And the crazy thing is there's so many human beings on this earth. Like, so the one that's effing you over right now and hurting you, y'all, they're this little bitty ant over here when we have like so many others. Like, in my opinion is like, it's pretty crummy to cheat on somebody or put somebody in a third party, you know. Like, you have so much self-doubt on yourself, you know. It really does mess with your ego, your everything. It's just awful. It's awful. But this was for somebody, and I hope that it finds who it's for. And it helps guide you guys, because I do believe that you're going to come out better in the long run over this. You know, it's just going to take some time. You know, healing takes time. So I hope that this finds who it's supposed to, and I hope it helps. And like I said, comment down below. Like, talk to me if you want. Make sure you like my video if it resonates and if you want to see more. Until next time, see you.